Hey Nash, what should we make?
I'm loving these fusion recipes, even if they do offend some people. Let's see who we can offend next and try making an enchilada pasta.
All right, let's make enchilada pasta. Let's make another fusion and see who else we can offend. Today, we're gonna make a one-pan enchilada pasta. So it's gonna be a one-pan, come together really quick, should be pretty delicious. It's just gonna be a pasta, but it's gonna have more of an enchilada type flavor, type seasoning. So I guess we're fusing Mexican and Italian again, because why not? I mean, they're two of my favorite foods. So please don't be offended, but if you are, I understand. I'd probably offend myself a lot of times. But we're going for delicious. So without further ado, let's go. Our new friend, Yolo Durr, requested that we make some taco seasoning that has no salt. So let's start with that. So we start with one of our trusty deli containers. Then we add a tablespoon of chili powder, just for that extra smokiness and the flavor. It's up to you. You can just use regular chili powder, you can use ancho chili powder, you use whatever you want, or more likely, whatever you have. 2 to 3 teaspoons cumin, depends on how much you like cumin. 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon oregano, Mexican oregano if you have it, but if you don't, just make it with regular oregano. Half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and if you want some extra heat, half a teaspoon of cayenne. And we put our little lid on here, shake that guy up.
Shake, 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 yeah.
And boom, there is your salt, sodium-free taco seasoning. All right, with a pan on medium heat, we throw in a pound of ground beef. Get that all broken up. Then we just let this cook, stirring it occasionally. And you could use ground turkey, you could use beef, you could use literally whatever meat you want. Then once your meat starts to brown, we throw in 2.5 tablespoons of our taco seasoning, which is equivalent to 1¼ ounce, which is about exactly the amount that comes in a packet. So if you just want to buy a packet from the store, just throw in 1 packet. And since the taco seasoning we made was salt-free, we're gonna add some salt to this guy, stir everything in. Thanks for the sound effects, Nash. And then we just let that cook until your meat's all the way cooked through. Once your beef is cooked through, depending if you're using lean or not lean, you can get rid of some of the grease if you want. Not required. It's up to you. I'm gonna get rid of some of it. I'm not really gonna do too much here. Then you put in your pasta. I'm using rotini. So you want about 8 ounces of dried pasta. For reference, most boxes of pasta you buy are 16 ounces, so about half of a normal sized box. And then we add 2 cups of chicken broth. And 19 ounces of enchilada sauce. I think the normal size can comes with about 19 or 20 ounces, so just a small-ish can. Or if you have a giant can or you make your own, 19, 20 ounces, something like that. Let me get this all stirred in. Then once that comes to a boil, and you got all those little bubbly bubblies, like a nice cauldron. Then we give it a little stir, we lower our heat to low, then we cover it up, and we let that simmer for about 15 minutes. Once your time's up, pull the lid, give it a little stir-ski and hutch, make sure nothing sticks to the bottom, make sure and get sauce all over your kitchen, because that's fun, right? And then we let this simmer for about 5 more minutes, give or take, until the pasta's nice and tender and the sauce is thickened. Once your noodles are tender and your sauce is thickened, we go ahead and kill the heat. Then we throw in 1 cup of grated Colby Jack, but use whatever cheese you want. You like cheddar? Use cheddar. You should grate your own cheese. You should always grate your own cheese. However, if all you got is like some of that pre-shredded Mexican cheese, then use that. You know, whatever you got, use it. But this is 1 cup of freshly grated Colby Jack. So just stir that in, get it nice and melted and combined. Then we take the 2nd cup of cheese that we grated and we just sprinkle this over the top. And then you could throw it in your oven under the broiler for 3 or 4 minutes until the cheese is nice and melted and bubbly. Or if you want to have some more fun, we could use the blowtorch. And we can go ahead and scoop some of this into a bowl. And if you have some extra cheese and you like cheese, you can put a little bit more of that on there. And then you top it with whatever you want. I'm gonna go ahead and use some black olives and some green onions. And there we have our enchilada pasta. And it's time for a bite. Cheers. It's enchilada flavored pasta. It's freaking delicious. Last time we made lasagna flavored enchiladas. Now we're making enchilada flavored pasta. So they're kind of, I guess, a little opposite. But either way, it's packed with flavor. It's freaking delicious. You get that kind of taco enchilada type punch and flavor. It's freaking delicious. A ton of depth of flavor. Plus, you know, it's cheesy, it's saucy, and it's just really delicious. And it's super easy to make. I mean, one pan comes together in less than 30 minutes. I think it's a huge crowd pleaser. I would definitely make this. Could be a great weeknight meal, especially for those of you who have families and got kids to feed, because I'm sure they would love this. Out of 10. But hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
All good, man. With my flux capacitor complete, I just need to find us a DeLorean so we can time travel. Maybe some time travel culinary adventures of some sort will be in order.
Well, check it out. We got this enchilada pasta you wanted. Well, here you go. What do you think?
That is so good. It makes me want to do some zoomies and take a nap. All the flavors of tacos and enchiladas packed into a delicious pasta. I love it.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the one who'll decide where to go.
Nash approves, I approve. Look, it's a great dish, comes together super quick, and I know it'd be a crowd pleaser. Hey, thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second to subscribe, like, share, comment, that would help us out. We'd really appreciate that. Hit that bell for notifications. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. You got a fusion idea? We're on a fusion kick, so give us some fusion ideas. What group of people do you want us to offend next? I do it out of love, but I know some people get mad about it, but it is what it is. Just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.